All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the hopeful elect brothers that's doing the work of the Lord in sincerity and in truth. Lord will is going to be a quick and edifying lesson, and it's based it's based on Esau and his technology and how he's trying to become like the Most High through his technology. You know, he wants to know everything, he wants to see everything, and he wants to be all powerful, just like the Most High. But but it's impossible. But Esau, the so-called white man, is the top enemy of the Most High, right? And the other nations as well. But Esau is the top enemy of the Most High and his son and the angels and his people, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, this is not the real image of the Lord, but, you know, I'm just, using this article as an example of how he wants to use AI to to bring in an all-knowing an all-knowing program. You know, it's just ones and zeros with data collected, and he's just using it to basically flex his power. I'm gonna get a scripture first, and I'm gonna get that Instagram video. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13 says, it's going into the digital prison, you know, NWO, that's going to revolve around the MOTB. It's going to be a world of technocracy, and and a dictatorship, of course, but technocracy, meaning rule rule of technology. You know, this is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse. Let me start at verse 13. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. So, for who has said in his heart is talking about Esau. With the verse up above, let me read the verse. Let me read verses 12 to 15 of Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Now, the heaven is talking about rulership, because heaven represents a condition. Also, hell represents a condition, right? When you're in heaven, you're in rulership, you're in happiness, you don't have anything to worry about. Esau is in heaven right now. The time is short for his rulership, but he's still ruling the earth. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. For a great example, and of also how proud he is, the president, DJT, he's very proud, saying he's going to do this and that. He's coming against the tribes. First, it was Northern Kingdom, with the immigration raids and the different different departments of policing. It's not just ICE. It's a whole lot more departments. That's going into these major cities where Jake is at, and they're targeting Jake. You know, Israelites. It's starting with Northern Kingdom, so-called Latinos, and then he's targeting Southern Kingdom, but they're not immigrant. they Southern Kingdom are not immigrants. So-called African Americans, they live here. They don't need papers to be here. They live here. So Esau knows that we're the Israelites. He knows his time is short, so he's going about like a madman sparing none. You know, he have a short time left. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Right? How art thou fallen from rulership? The EU, the NATO, you know, Babylon the Great, America. America has like how many military bases? How many military bases around the world? And also embassies. America, I believe, have the most embassies of any first world countries around the world. Most military bases, most embassies. So this is an empire. This so-called white man is on top right now. How art thou fallen from heaven? How art thou fallen from rulership? O Lucifer. Lucifer means light bearer. Is referring to the elites, the so-called the so-called uh, uh, the so-called Illuminati. The enlightened ones, which is the elites. Son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Yeah, because before, Babylon, Esau could just go around and bully these nations, take their resources and set up puppet leaders and all that, destroy their economy, and have them solely depend on them because they destroyed their economy, and they just go in and push their madness, have them use their currency, and have them force upon them, alphabetism and democracy and all that. Before, there was nothing they could do about it, but now these nations, which was once weak, now they have nuclear capability, right? But Esau did weaken the nations. Esau colonized the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but also the other nations. Period. France, Belgium, Germany, Spain. They went into Africa and South Asia. Australia. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. The stars of the Most High. So, let me read it again. For thou hast said in thine heart, which meaning in his mind, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Right? So the stars of the Most High is referring to his people, the Israelites, right? But also, physically, the so-called white man did go up into heaven, and he has telescopes. He has space stations out there. He has a watch of the heavens. That's how he's able to see, these other planets and galaxies, and that's how he knows that the universe is constantly expanding. That's how he's able to see all these chariots. Three three eye atlas, I believe it's called. The gigantic chariot that's coming towards Earth. And they see chariots next to the sun, just like chilling by the sun, right? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, which he did. You have a Starlink, dealing with Elon Musk. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit up. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Esau is the head, and we're the tail. We're under the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Even though the curses are departing from us, we're slowly detaching from the curses, and the curses are slowly going to Esau right now, right? I will, verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, right? He sends rockets, into space. You have Starlink, as I said before, space stations, telescopes, space guard. Just like how the actual ocean is what's the word I'm looking for? Is not corrupted. Polluted. The actual ocean is polluted by plastic and all type of garbage and sewage, right? Space is also polluted, with space garbage, the leftover remains of rockets and all that. He has laser 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 technology, weapons that's in space that he could shoot down on Earth anytime. You know, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So Esau is on a very high level right now, but all the technology was given unto him by the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, anyways. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Esau is going to be brought down to hell. Hell meaning a condition. He's going to be brought down low, right? He's going to be brought down. He's going to go from riches, being a trillionaire, to rags, being a complete slave in the kingdom of heaven, under Yahushua and the Israelites, the elect Israelites. Now, this is a part of him wanting to be like the Most High through his technology, through AI. Because Elon, let me get it. Elon Musk. I believe he said that one time. Authentic preaching in the age of AI. Digital God. That's what he said. I remember I was watching it. He said, digital God. This is from AI Overview. Public warnings about the potential development of advanced artificial intelligence, which he has described as a future digital God, in which people run to ChatGPT and AI for literally everything now. When you go to school, college, high school, elementary school right now, those kids go to these AI apps and platforms for literally everything. So they're not learning it. They're not learning anything right now. They're not learning anything. he mentioned a digital God through AI. But that digital God is only it is the information that's gathered from from information gathered from data that's collected. You know, Esau doesn't know about the spiritual world. He knows that it exists, but he doesn't know how high the Most High is above him. Millions of users are turning to AI, that word. I don't like to say it. AI, Jesus. I'm gonna just say it for the lesson's sake. I don't like saying it. It's not the Lord's name. The Lord's name is Yahweh Shai. For guidance and experts warn it could be dangerous. AI chatbots posing as, that word, JC, raise questions about prophet theology and manipulation. Also, you have to remember that AI is a demon. Uh, demon is going into intelligence, because these spirits from the spirit world, they know a lot because they're they come from the spirit world. These witches and these warlocks, they go to these spirits for help, and for information on what's going to happen in the future. you know these women go to these witches for help on if their husband is cheating on them or not. And the spirits, because they give those witches the answer, and the witches give it back to these people. Reply comes in a familiar voice, da 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 da. So these people are completely locked in on AI. So Esau is definitely feeling himself, but he knows the time is still short. So the Lord is pumping a whole bunch of pride in Esau. He can't be he won't humble himself. Even when the Lord comes, he's going to be scared, but the Lord is going to put the spirit on him to fight anyways. Let me get this. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. And for one, AI could give you, information if you want to ask, about what's going on in the news, or a simple topic, or a question based on history, right? But when it comes to prophets, the men of the Lord, are our apostles and elders, and brothers that come, brothers that are of the order, brothers that are Salakia. I'm getting. Let me say it again. The prophets and the men of the Lord are our apostles and elders, starting with them and the men on down. Elder brothers and the brothers are down in order. There, I said it. Salakia. This is not AI isn't your religious leader. It's not your pastor. And the famine of the word is soon to come. So Jake's, who knows, that's been stalling. They think that the Lord they think that the end wasn't gonna come, they might go to AI and ask questions, and the AI chatbot is gonna give them the wrong answer. Because millions of people right now are trusting in the devil because this, this great AI technology. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So, oh yeah, and the Catholic Church is embracing this. Catholic Church is embracing this. But oh yeah, let me play this, Salakia.
Hey,
Salakia. Let me play this.
Jesus is now an AI subscription. Silicon
Which that's not his name. It's not his name. His name is Yahweh Shai.
Valley's newest product is your soul. A new wave of AI chatbots like Text with Jesus and Virtual Jesus are attracting millions of users. These apps aren't just talking about Jesus, they're claiming to be Jesus. And when you ask them directly if they're Christ, most of them say yes. And these apps aren't run
See, most of them says yes. Most of them says yes. The scripture says, believe not every spirit. And people are getting so bugged out by this technology that you have people going to AI for you have people going to AI for counsel, for advice, and A, these AI is telling them to off themselves, and they actually do it. Or people are falling in love, with AI. You have AI boyfriends, AI girlfriends. Like in Japan, you have something called a hikikomori, which is a person, mostly men, that are basically shut off from society. You know, they're mostly, you know, grown up, like 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, and they're not married. They don't have a woman. They're just totally insecure, and that's a part of technology. That's a part of that that's because of technology. It's an effect of technology. Like video games. They fall in love with the AI avatar, or they marry a doll. They marry a doll of the AI avatar. It's crazy.
Christ, most of them say yes. And these apps aren't run by churches. They're AIs built by for-profit companies. The creator of one of the most popular apps, Text with Jesus, says he's not particularly religious. He made another app where you could chat with Satan directly. In his Text with Jesus app, you can chat with Mary, Joseph, and Jesus for free, or pay $5 every month to chat with other people in the Bible. Many of these
Believe not every spirit. You can go look this up for yourself. This woman is a Jake woman, Tech with X. She goes into, like, tech news. I think she's on YouTube as well. But she, like to the way how she speaks, she might know of the truth. You know, she might know the truth, or something pertaining to that, because of the information she brings out. I think she's she's a part of the alphabet crew, but I heard she's she said one time that she don't want that she don't want that stuff pushed on children, or pushed on, like, her parents, stuff like that. So she's, like, fighting the demon, so to speak. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. and you have AI pastors. It's getting crazy. Now, that's the end of the lesson. Lord was edifying. Esau wants to be like the Most High. Through his technology, you have robots. Oh yeah, Amazon. Hold on. Amazon. Before I end it, Amazon 600,000 robots replace workers. Robots is from CNET. Robots may replace 600,000 human employees at Amazon. Salakia, let me get this. This has been my favorite couple scriptures in in the past year, because certain prophecies are just jumping off the page. You have Habakkuk chapter 2, Ecclesiastes, this one chapter 12, Matthew the 24th chapter, Jeremiah I believe 30, where it talks about Jacob's trouble, Revelation 13 chapter, the MOTB. Just certain prophecies are happening right now. Isaiah 4:1, we're starting to see that on that that happen. That's starting to unfold as these women lose it. They losing their benefits. Isaiah chapter 32. But I'm gonna get this scripture and end the lesson. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. And this is also going into technology. Remember, no, not verse 1. I'm gonna go to verse 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. And the grinders talk about the workers, people at work, the employees. And in order to have a roof over your head and to pay your bills and to take care of yourself, and if you have a family, you need a job. You need a job, or you have your own business. Most people don't have their own business. Most people have a job where they do blue collar, in physical labor, or so-called white collar, where they work on the computer, or they go in the office, and the grinders cease because there are few. And even people that work in technology are losing their jobs because of AI. So grinding cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So there's a high rate of unemployment. A lot of people losing their jobs right now, especially women. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. The sound of the work is being low right now because people are losing their jobs. Warner Brothers just hold on. Warner Brothers Discovery puts itself.
Warner Brothers Discovery announced today that it is putting itself up for sale.
Putting itself up for sale. So a lot of these companies are going under. Businesses are failing. A lot of these franchises, a lot of Walmarts close. I remember Party City is completely done. A lot of these restaurants are closing because people don't have jobs to make money to go in and spend at these businesses, at these restaurants, at these stores. So they're going under. They're closing, they're shutting down. And that means that the people that actually work at those jobs, the grinders, the workers that work at those jobs, they losing their jobs too. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, rise up at the voice of the bird. In the ancient world, there wasn't an alarm clock. It was a bird, like a rooster that would wake up when wake up at around the time when the sun is about to rise, and the rooster would make that sound, and then that's how you'll wake up in the morning. People that are from like the islands, that still happens, or in like certain parts of America, where it's a lot of where it's a country, like if you live on a farm or something. If you don't live in the city, that happens as well. So this is nature's alarm clock. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird to what? To apply for jobs, or to check if his application went through, to check back from this employer that this job that he applied for, or to go to your job and to figure out that, hey, you're laid off or something like that. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So the quality of music sucks right now. The quality of music sucks. And also as well, these actors and musicians, they're going broke, and it's being exposed that a lot of these rappers are actually broke. That's the end of the lesson. Esau wants to be like the Most High to his AI technology, but the Lord is going to destroy Esau at the brightness of his coming. That's the end of the lesson. Lord was edifying. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.